Crime tends to increase in falls during the festive season, especially housebreaking and robbery of personal effects. To curb this trend, NamPol spokesperson for Khomas Region, Warrant Officer Silas Shipandeni, said measures have been put in place.
In this case, the housebreaking incidents, we know that they are likely to increase during the festive season. So what we do is from the national level and the regional level, as well as going down to station level, we make sure that we increase our operations. That is to say that we increase members on the ground who will do regular patrols to make sure that the police visibility is out there for one to see, and also to just give that confidence to the public members that the police is present during these festive seasons.
He shares a few safety tips with homeowners who will be traveling out of the city.
We are also emphasizing, and we always emphasize, the issue of neighborhood watch, to the point of saying that we must have a communication between ourselves and our neighbors, and that is in the spirit of fighting crime, that common interest of making sure that there is no criminal between yourself and your neighbor. Because the moment when you create an environment where you are not communicating to your neighbor, obviously you expect that gap between yourself and crime to expand, because obviously the criminals will get an opportunity to go in there. So we need to make sure that whenever we are not there, our neighbors, at least, they will keep an eye and ear on our properties, just in case of any emergency.
Warrant Officer Shipandeni advises residents to secure their properties to avoid housebreaking.
We advise them to secure and making sure that their houses are properly secured in any environment where it will not be able to create criminal activities. Only in that regard that we are able to at least curb these criminal activities during our busy time, whenever we find ourselves on holidays. And of course, we are emphasizing that we should not sell our holiday plans, or sort of announce our holiday plans to anybody. That I'm referring to strangers, because at the end of the day, these are people who are maybe after us, and we will not know what will eat us if we just keep telling any stranger our holiday plans.
Asked on what victims should do when confronted by an armed intruder in one's home, this is what he had to say.
The first thing that one would want to do when you are approached by a criminal or sort of an intruder, you want to defend yourself. And the advice that you get from law enforcement is that if you are able to defend yourself, you should defend yourself, of course, because that is already an intruder in your property, and you are entitled to defend yourself within the compound of your property, and to make sure that you defend your life and that of the next person. So you can defend yourself, but the attack should be imminent, meaning that one should be able to judge, to say that person was approaching you, and the person had a knife. There is nothing that you could have done apart from defending yourself in the manner that you did. So we just need to make sure that we defend ourselves under a certain attack, of which that attack was imminent, but not a complete action, and then that's when you react. Then you want to say that you are defending yourself.
On the issue of self-defense, Shipandeni stresses that one should only defend oneself when an attack is imminent.
We must also measure what level or what weapon is the person using, and how are you going to defend yourself. If you have a firearm, for example, it's better to aim to shoot, just to shoot to injure, but not to kill. We always advise the members of the public to say that when you aim to injure but not to kill.
He advises residents to aim at injuring an intruder when push comes to shove and not to kill. Lahia Tutale, NBC News, Windhoek.